So I'm Malka Sima, and I'm a somatic and movement therapist. I teach in the Moonlit Circle classes and workshops, deepening into the spiritual practices of the Purim High Council of meditation, prayer, movement, and together with experiential, somatic, therapeutic practices. And Meira Raanan is joining us today. She's going to lead us she's a meditation teacher and author. So she'll be leading us. She leads the Ratzo meditation in Yerushalayim at Shushan Purim. And Chaya Sara Singer will be joining us as well. So what is the Purim High Council? And let me just think where to begin. It began over 30 years ago at Sarah Yehudit Schneider's home in the heart of the old city of Jerusalem. And it's evolved over that time. I'm not going to go into the history. Please, God, we'll have a website up, purimhighcouncil.com, by the end of the week. There'll be more background there. And Purim, they say it's known to be the highest and holiest day of the year. Yom Kippur is in Hebrew, it's the day Yom Kippurim. Yom Kippurim. Ki is like. It's the day like Purim. And what we know about Purim from Kabbalah is that there's this part of Hashem that's called the unknowable head, Reisha de lo et yada, and only on Purim is that kind of unfathomable light available to us. And what else is available to us is Hashem's treasure house of Or Chadash, in the honor that Queen Esther risked her life to go into to the king. And we know in the Megillah, when it says king, it means the King of Kings. She risked her life to go into the inner chamber. So Hashem rolls out his red carpet and invites us in. And what's there is Or Chadash. And Or Chadash is the light that fills Gan Eden. It's the answer to all our prayers. It comes either as a prayer answered, a Yeshua that happens, a shidduch that's made, refuah, healing that happens. It's either a house that's found, that's been able to be bought. The prayer gets answered, or it's a shift, a consciousness shift. It's an internal shift where we're able to see the good in what felt like Hashem isn't here. It was a place of constriction, a place of pain, a place of brokenness. We're able to feel Hashem's love also in this place. Know that I'm being held by Hashem here, that this is helping me to grow, to come closer. And so on Purim, Or Chadash is open, and Meira will share more in the meditation. It's open for the taking. And so the High Council, had four poles, what we call poles, and I'll bring up let me just share screen here. I'll bring up the map. Okay. So the High Council itself, and I'll talk about more what it means to run a High Council in your community. This is there's a guidebook, a script. It's all written out and laid out how to do this. And the kind of nitty-gritty of it is there's these four poles, Ratzo, so running up and out of ourselves into the higher realms to pull down a new increment of Or Chadash. So that's a meditation, a guided meditation where we imagine, and Meira will speak about that here tonight, going up into that treasure house and gathering Or Chadash that's free for the taking on Purim. And then we come back down and we say in Hashem, if I have something to say about how that Or Chadash gets used, excuse me, I'm letting people in. If I have something to say about how that Or Chadash gets used, Mal is there. Well, so let me rewind. The next part is chashmal. And chashmal is a paradoxical prayer stance. Because there's these two words, chash and mal. Chash from the word chashai, silence, and mal from the word milah, milel, to speak. And so and this is a prayer stance, and this is why we teach all year, because these practices, the meditation and this prayer stance, there's layers upon layers of deepening into. This is the path of Ruach HaKodesh. It says that Esther Malka Tilbash Malchut. Rashi says it was Ruach HaKodesh. So in the Purim High Council, there's much more to say, but in the Purim High Council itself, we gather the light, we come down and we say, and Hashem, if I have anything to say about it, this is how I think the light should be used. This person needs healing. We need our enemies to stop attacking us. We need peace. We need the hostages to come home. It's a prayer that comes from our. We really recommend preparing. Next week we're going to do a class that focuses more on chashmal, and really to prepare to come to Purim ready. What do I want? What do I really, really want? What are the places that touch me that I feel broken in? So there's time that's just a moment. Here we go. So we have time to pray. It's kind of hitbodedut. And then we go to chash. And chash is what makes prayer different from magic. We know with New Age, and we can meditate on a thing and visualize it and magnetize it towards us. But maybe it's not Hashem's will for me to have that thing. Maybe what I think seems like a good idea isn't Hashem's highest will. So chash is surrender of will to Hashem's correction or even veto. And we say, Hashem, if it's not your highest will for me, so that I want it not to happen. The goal is that I want it not to happen, just even the littlest bit more than I want it to happen, if it's not your will for me. And this is the place, chash, and we'll speak more next week, and as a somatic therapist, this is the place where we touch into the brokenness, where we allow ourselves to make space for the pain. We don't spiritually bypass it and say, okay, Hashem, if it's all for the good, kind of from a head space. We really kind of lean into feeling Hashem, feeling the pain, the discomfort, the longing, and inviting Hashem into that place. And so that's a meditation in the Purim High Council itself with some prompts. Shasali kol tzarchi, hineni. And then we move into Shov. And Shov, we're going to speak about a little bit more today, and we're going to do some experiential, we're going to do some movement with it. Shov is that when there's an idea in Kabbalah, when the lights come down, if we don't do something to make a kinyan on it, if we don't ground the lights, they can go back up. If we don't use them right away, they can go back up. And so on Purim, our Shov is dance. And so in the High Council itself, we have a playlist that we send out. People make their own, and it's a circle dance. We start as a circle dance, and we're really kind of with the intention of using these lights, like Miriam Hanavi'ah, that access to higher knowing of kind of Geula consciousness than Moshe Rabbeinu did at the splitting of the sea, which we'll speak about. We may speak about later in this class. So we come together also as a group, we come together and dance. And so that's the flow of the High Council. And I want to give it over now to Meira Raanan to speak, give us a little more in depth about Ratzo, about the meditation poll. And again, these are, Meira runs meditation groups. These are practices that just like a palpable relationship, to deepen into relationship with Hashem in a in not just from our heads, in a full in a very present and embodied and intentional way. So I'm going to give it over to Meira.
Okay, Malka, thank you. Malka, I'm going to do the meditation now, right? Okay, so, okay.
You can, if you want to take a few minutes to introduce or anything, and then
I'll just take a moment to introduce it.
Wait, and then I'll say a few more words about Shov, and then you'll do the meditation.
Okay, so the High Council begins with a Ratzo meditation that was written by Sara Yehudit. We've worked on it for years, and which I lead in the High Council. And basically, we start off just by breathing and bringing peace and stillness to our bodies. And then okay, so we imagine a staircase, a magical staircase. Like if I would ask you, well, you know that in Tefillah we go up, right, through 4 worlds, we're climbing up ladders, but this is a staircase that begins in the base of at the bottom of the nose and comes up behind the forehead, behind the eyes, the forehead, and then through the crown, really kind of like into heaven. It's like walking out of the door of earth into the doorway of heaven, where on Purim, Or Chadash, the light that Hashem hid away, is the most available for us on Purim than any other time of the year. And so we do a meditation on the light. Really, it is in a certain sense a hush kind of meditation where we see the light, we feast on the light, we bring it into every single part of our body. On Purim, I'm not going to do this today, like we connect with each other, like we become like Esther, stepping into Esther's shoes. And then we come back down and we actually go into mal or prayer mode. So I'm going to soon lead you in a Ratzo meditation. Malka, do you want to say anything?
Well, I'll just make the connection to Shov, and then we'll go into the Ratzo and the Shov together. So it's interesting that at the beginning of the Ratzo, we're going up to, this high meditation, the Kamarna Rebbe. It's the most detailed description of any Yehudim, of any meditations, in our tradition, are these, how Esther and Malka used meditation to carve out these channels up into to save the Jewish people, into Hashem's treasure house, to save the Jewish people. And we begin the meditation with coming into our bodies, with kind of bringing stillness into our bodies. And only from there can we go up. There's this, paradox that in order, like a tree, I love to say, like a tree whose roots, the farther the roots go down, the higher the branches and the wider. And when a storm comes, the more stable they are. So Shov, this piece of embodiment that we end the Purim High Council, or it's the last pole of the 4 practices. It's creating a Dira Tachton, home for Hashem in this world. We're using our bodies. The physical, women's special gift is fusing body with soul, like, in giving birth, matter, energy with matter. This is women's special gift. And so, and as we see with Miriam Hanaviah, they went out. How did they celebrate all these amazing Nisim? They went out, betupim, ubemacholot. Rashi says macholot, like around a grape vineyard, in circle dances. And Sara Yehudit Schneider, who formulated the Purim High Council, in her book, Kabbalistic Teachings on the Nature of the Masculine and the Feminine, she speaks about that the lights of Geula, they're called circle. It's circle consciousness. It's a feminine expression, and they can't fit into the head alone. You know, our culture and so much, we're kind of from here up. It's also a great way our nervous systems learned how not to feel. You know, kind of when we slow down and listen in, we start being aware of anxiety or of discomfort. So we learned a very kind of brilliant strategy, which is to stay up here. And Sarah teaches there that it's like an outdated computer that can't do the kind of fancy graphics and programming that's needed today. Our heads alone don't have enough data drive or whatever it is to hold these superconscious lights. So the work is, and it's a practice of getting comfortable in our bodies, of coming in with dance, with kind of in a joyful way of connecting body and soul through movement, through bringing conscious awareness there. And today, after the meditation, I'll invite you to stand up and we'll do some movement. We'll kind of feel into grounding. You know, we go up and then we come in, and making that transition, integrating our Torah learning, integrating our lights. And so I'll give it back to you, Meira.
Okay. So we're going to begin with a Ratzo meditation. And just trust whatever comes to you. And I'm really sorry that I'm going to have to leave. We're invited to a wedding, so I'm going to do the Ratzo meditation and then, give you into Malka's hands. So I invite you all to just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and feel how your body is supported by the chair that you're sitting on. And just begin to notice your breath. And we're going to start by taking 3 slow, deep breaths. And as you breathe, just let the tension go. Let any worry dissolve. And just breathe fully and deeply. And feel your body relax as your breathing begins to slow down. And if you notice any tension, just exhale and let it go like gray smoke. Just breathe it out and breathe in Or Hadash, new light, new energy. And we're going to begin just by feeling a quietness, a stillness, a light that trickles down from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And wherever it passes, it leaves peace in its wake. So just imagine this still, quiet light washing through your head. Just feel your face relaxing. Let go of any tension around your mouth. Let your tongue rest on the bottom of your mouth. And feel this light, this stillness, this quietness washing through your brain, through your eyes, and your entire face. And then feel this stillness, this quietness, this light moving down through your neck and the back of your neck, allowing your shoulders to relax. Feel the light and the stillness, the quietness in your arms, in your upper torso. Feel the stillness in your heart, and in your belly, in your hips and pelvis. Feel this quiet light, this stillness in your thighs and in your calves, and finally in your feet. And so that there's a still quiet light in your body and all around your body. You're surrounded by light. Just take a moment to see the light, to feel this light. Just imagine and feel how you are hidden within this light. So we're going to begin our ascent by taking 3 slow, deep breaths. And we're going to take these slow, deep breaths from the place behind our eyes, the bridge of our nose. So just take a moment to feel this place behind your nose, the place that receives the breath. And take 3 slow, deep breaths to this place behind your nose, the place that receives the breath. Three slow, deep breaths on this place that receives the breath that lies behind the bridge of your nose. And then, as you look up, a spacious vista appears. And there you are, standing at the base of a spiral staircase that rises from this center behind the bridge of your nose. Just take a moment and imagine the spiral staircase. What does it look like? Is it made of light? Is it made of jewels? What does your staircase look like? And now follow the staircase step by step as it rises from there and soon passes behind your eyes. And then slowly, slowly, step by step, behind your forehead. And then slowly, slowly, step by step towards your crown. With each step, the space gets brighter and lighter. And as you approach the soft spot at the top of your head, its density dissolves in the light. Stepping up and stepping through, there you are, stepping out of the doorway of earth into the doorway of heaven. You're standing in an Edenic landscape, facing the open doorway to the treasure house of Or Hadash, the king's inner chamber, with light radiating from it. Beams of shimmering light that transmit joy and love, simcha and ahava. Feast on its beauty, feel its warmth, bask in its love, and delight in its sweetness. This sweet, sweet Or Hadash, the light of light, and the light of love, the light of splendor and of gladness and joy, the light of the Shekhinah presence, the light of Geula, the light of Emunah. Just feel how you can surrender totally to this light, how you lose yourself in the light, how you're absorbed in this sweet Or Hadash. Feel the gentle brilliance of the light. This sweet, sweet Or Hadash. Soak it in through your skin like a sponge. Take it in through your eyes. Breathe it into your lungs. Breathe it into your heart. Breathe the light into your belly, into your bones, into all the cells and spaces. Let every part of you be saturated with light. Feel the light circulating through your veins and reaching every part of your being. So we're just going to meditate on this light for 2 minutes. This light of light, this light of love, this light of awe. Just be in the light and surrender to the light. So now that we have gathered this Or Hadash, this new light, this light of love, this light of Geula, we're going to slowly, slowly come back down, bringing this light with us. So very, very slowly, as if you're backing away from the kotel, we're going to slowly, slowly come back down through the crown of your head, slowly, slowly back down to the place behind your forehead, behind your eyes, to the place behind the bridge of your nose. And then we're slowly, slowly going to step off our magical staircase and just be here now together. And just feel how this light is like a cloak. Feel the cloak of light that surrounds you. And also, and Esther Hamalka, she wore Ruach HaKodesh. So just imagine how you're wearing a cloak of light, how this cloak of light, we're sharing this cloak of light, this cloak of Or Chadash. And now that we've come back down our staircase, Malka Sima is going to lead us in a Shov meditation, and so that we can really ground the light into every part of our being. So I invite you to gently open your eyes as Malka is going to lead us in a Shov meditation.
So I invite you to staying in this meditative space and make transition from a sitting, or if you're lying down, to standing. You don't need too much space, kind of arms width around. Let me see that you can see me. Just and kind of feel your feet on the ground. Maybe have your feet shoulder width apart. You can gently, slowly move from side, move your weight. Okay. And how's the music? You hear the music? Do you hear the music okay? Uh-oh.
That's good.
Good? And you hear me? Okay.
Music is a little soft.
Okay. So start finding the movement as you hear the music. Let the music meet you.
We all need more kindness in this world. We
Yeah?
all need more kindness in this world. You may look
Do you hear me? Because I think my
but
thumb
there's
is
no
breathing.
place else to go. We all need more kindness in this world.
Uh-oh.
We all need more.
I'm gonna start with bouncing. I don't know if you hear me because it seems to have
We all
frozen.
need
Hold on.
more hugging in this world.
Now we can hear you.
You may look
Now you hear me?
high and
Yeah, okay,
low,
great.
but there's
Here we
no
go.
place else
Start
to
with a
go.
bounce.
We all need more hugging in this world.
You can let your arms just
We all
kind of
need more laughing in this
like those chicken
world.
arms.
We all need more laughing in this world.
You could imagine yourself like when you were a young child, how you might laugh.
Sorry, I can't hear you now. The music is too loud. Sorry.
Okay, hold on. Always the technical. Let's try this.
Hey, we all need more sunshine in this world.
Is this any better?
We all need more
You
sunshine
hear me
in
okay
this
now?
world.
You may look high and low, but there's no place else to go.
We all need more sunshine in this world.
Just take the music down one notch or one or two notches. It was just made too loud. It's still not good with the earphone.
This world. You may look high and low, but there's no place else to go. We all need more peace times in this
We
world.
can't, the
I hear
mic's
you.
not working. Oh.
We all need more friendships in this world.
Malka Sima, the mic isn't working.
Need more friendships in this world.
Or maybe just skip the music.
No, we like the music.
Else to go.
that. Here we go. Now you hear me?
Yes.
So
Oh,
check
okay.
it out, check it out. Is that for that Zoom technical frustration? And let your body, kind of what gets in the way of our hearing, our still small voice, our Ruach HaKodesh, those are the places where we do get tight. Kind of notice through your shoulder. Kind of gently meet the music. Kind of the physical, as above, so below. We're loosening up, we're letting the light in. We're making space to receive the light. So this song has a different energy, and just taking a moment to feel it. I'll invite you to start with your shoulders, a circle, and listen in. If anything's not comfortable or doesn't feel right, you can make it smaller. So full circle, really feel side open. Making more space for the lungs. I'm tempted to change my internet. I don't know if you see me. Do you see me? You know, and if you don't, find the music. Move with it. Hear like a wave. Kind of lifts up the side and continues out the arm. I'll invite a rocking here. Barely rocking the pelvis. You tend to get tight here in the sacrum, the lower back. Just gently. And you can find your own movement. Circle. Feel the flow. Your feet are rounded on the ground, and the upper body has motion, connecting heaven and earth. You can go the other way, the other direction. Keep circle. I don't invite claiming your space. We need a container to hold the light. So we make space for ourselves in connection with Hashem, connection with others. To be a me, a connection. And find your own movement. Find your own movement here. Find the flow. That light feeling is just through you. Kind of a watery feminine way. Chaya Sara. Chaya Sara Singer. Lead us into this song. And here, just kind of find your movement and know that we're together in the movement. Like Miriam Hanaviah, part of the The koach was that they were together. Oh, hold on. So Chaya Sara, I invite you to lead us.
Hello. Hi. Thank you so much. This is so beautiful. With all the Meira Raanan energy into Shov. But if you have a tambourine, you can feel free to get it, or just use your body as your tambourine. And okay, we're gonna just go to do a little bit of like movement without the music for a minute, and then we'll turn the music on. So the tambourine is kind of like this welcome home sign, like Hashem is welcome in our space and our life. And it's so I guess what I want to do with it is to kind of play around with the dichotomy between the Ratzo and then the Shov. So just in your own kind of space, connecting back to Meira's meditation, or what it felt like for this Or Chadash and this Geula energy to like enter into the world. Just allow your body to just kind of like move into whatever motion or motions that feels like to you, like an expression of the Ratzo. So for me, it's just kind of like a straight kind of like pillar up of light coming down. And then we're going to bring that down into Shov. And Shov is like the embodiment of all this light. And so what does the embodiment of light feel like to you? So for me, it's like kind of down here, or even like further down. And then for your own movements, you're almost like creating your own like dance of Ratzo Shov. So like kind of like toddle between those two motions again, whatever they are for you. For Ratzo, it's a Shov. Beautiful. And if you like need to sit longer in the Shov or feel how that works there, or go back up to Ratzo, just like kind of listen to what your body is needing for how to go as this ladder, like in between the heavens and the earth, because we're all pillars of light that shine down. Beautiful. So the women have this really amazing opportunity and potential to be like the doulas for Geula. Just as Meira Raanan danced in Mitzrayim, we all have this ability to dance in the Galus to usher in a state of redemption. And we're actually doing some dance into Geula events before Purim, if you're already making an event to dedicate the light to the hostages. So I'm gonna start the song. Just give me 1 minute. The song is Ra'u. It's a women's song. I actually love it. And through the song, you could just kind of connect to the potential, your specific potential as a woman, and how you manifest that light into the world in a very practical way. So let me just get the, let me share the sound, 1 second.
ראו בנים את גבורתו, שיבחו והודו לשמו, ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם. ראו בנים את גבורתו, שיבחו והודו לשמו ומלכותו ורצון קיבלו עליהם. שם בני ישראל התחלנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם. שם בני ישראל התחלנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם. ראו בנים בגבורתו שיבחו והודו לשמו מלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם. ראו בנים בגבורתו שיבחו והודו לשמו
Yay! Amazing. Beautiful, ladies. Thank you so much for joining.
Okay, we're going to move right into the last movement piece and hope. How is that? Not great? The sound? Something strange. Baruch Hashem. Okay, we're going to do it without music. So just feel your 2 feet again, maybe shoulder width apart. And you can notice any inner movement, residual movement from the dancing that we just did. Maybe in your fingers, your heartbeat. Kind of noticing your body. Listening in. And the body, your knees can be slightly bent, like you're sitting on a tall stool. So maybe your pelvis is just the tiniest, just a little tiniest tilt there to sit on that tall stool. So the bottom half of the body is connected to the earth, and the upper, your torso, your head, kind of have a lightness to it. like a buoy in the water. You know, the lifeguards have the buoy. So just kind of that lightness. And I'll invite you to let your hands, kind of like as if there's a magnet to Shemaim. And at the same time, they're bringing up the lights from below. And then you can flip the hands and gathering that Or Chadash. Or Chadash is coming down in every moment. But throughout the year, you know, Shabbat, it's a little more. There's different kinds. It's like a science of how much comes down when. And again, on Purim, and you can let your hands gently, like a feather, kind of floating down. And they're bringing the Or Chadash with. And on Purim, it's available for the taking. And today, through our coming together, and you can do this at your own pace, or follow with me as the hands come up. We're gathering the lights that we created. You know, the Lubavitcher Rebbe speaks out women coming together and dance, bringing the Geula. So it's a Hito or Ruth de la Tata, we're offering our light up to Hashem. And you can pause here at the top, let the shoulders drop. Again, you have this grounded, rooted pelvis and legs. You have a sturdy ground. So you can just lightly, the light comes down, this Or Chadash, light of lights, light of love. And you could imagine parallel hands inside. So this light is streaming through your body as well, coming through the heart and surrounding you. Through the liver, pancreas, the belly, the guts, the reproductive organs, all the way down to the legs. And I feel as your hands move through the space, I am in the Shekhinah, and the Shekhinah is in me. Feeling how Shekhinah rests in our homes, dwells within us. We become agents of connecting Shemayim Va'aretz. And this time, when you come down the center, I'll invite you to kind of gather up the sparks, the light, this Or Chadash, and like a fountain, like a mayan, a spring that bubbles over, like a prayer, you can offer it out to the other people in your home. It's this light of healing, light of hope, light of bringing hostages home, of salvation, of healing, soldiers, loved ones. And again, and scooping that light up that comes, I offer it up, can pour out the windows. You can imagine this light of healing, this light of emunah, of simcha, of tikva, of hope. Anyone in your community, anyone anywhere in the world that needs light of tshuva, that our enemies should do tshuva, they should see Hashem's light and Hashem's will of revealed good. And maybe one more time, and you can add words as a prayer as you send the light out. And feel the shefa, feel the way like a candle as you offer this, your light, the light that's gathered, the lights that collected. You still have the shefa of your own light. And you might end with a hand on the heart, one hand on the heart, maybe one on the belly if that feels right. Then breathe here. Feel your feet on the ground. Just be aware of your body in the space that you're in, and of a whole body, all the parts as one. Hineni. So as we come back to the together on the screen, I wanna offer, kind of see as you move through the space, a way that you could keep this or light consciousness, God consciousness, body consciousness, maybe your step with the heel and the foot, you kind of really feel, you walk intentionally. Notice, see, as we come back to the squares of the screen, you might kind of see the light in the others that are on the call with us. And we're going to talk about a way, kind of a calling, a way that we're called on to bring this light into the world that we we know about. Hashem has invited us in. You've been invited to the King's Inner Chamber. And so we're going to speak about how through the Purim High Council, whether it's hosting one, participating, spreading the word, how we can bring this light and really change the playing field. Saryudit says that it's the world isn't the same before and after Purim, before and after the Purim High Council. This is real, like our prayers matter. We have to take ourselves seriously. And so I think what I'd like to do is open, I don't know if there are new people here, the High Council is new to you. If you have questions about being a hostess or a participant, about the High Council itself, about any of the teachings, any of the polls, again, like I said, the prayer stance of Chashmal, I'll be teaching on next Monday at the same time. Same link if you registered, that it's the same Zoom link. Our website, please God, will have lots of information by the end of the week. But I want to open if there's questions, something that I taught or Meira said or Chaya Sara, something about the High Council, how it works, what it is. I want to open up to you if there's any questions. Or if there's anyone who hosted one or participated in the past that wants to share their experience or give a shout out, that's also very welcome.
I can share.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So I did one last year for the first time, and I found that these classes were super helpful and inspiring, and I still felt like I wasn't really sure what was going to happen or, how it was all supposed to go, but it really came together beautifully. And one thing I did that I really enjoyed was that I made visual aids for the night. So I just spent a night, I had a big piece of cardboard and I drew out the Ratzo Shov diagram, the like big, so then I had that up on the wall. And then I also wrote out some different quotes from different teachers and, and like had them around the space. And that was really nice. And I would say, but especially that diagram, because I kept referring to it throughout the whole night when we were, going through the stages, we could all see it. And it was great. And then I ended up using it later in the year too, to show people. So, but that was really helpful.
Yeah. Thank you, Nell. That's a great idea. I like that. I'd love to have that in my home, a reminder to tap into those, those practices. And there's a script that really it's laid out. So it does seem like, what is it? And I'm still not really sure, but in the end, you can just read from the script. You invite your friends, your community, you decide 3 women, 2 women, 20 women, you open house, by invite only. And and you decide, is there a Suda or not? Is it just about coming together for this prayer, meditation, and movement happening? Is there dancing that keeps going on into the night? You make it your own. Do you decorate? Do you put up fairy lights? You really get to make it your own. And the High Council part, you have a script, and you can choose different people read different parts. Someone leads the meditation. Somebody reads the part about Chashmal, and someone does the introduction. You can you might want to host and not say, oh, well, my home's available, but I'm not so comfortable speaking or being seen. So get your friends together, recruit your women who in the community, yes, might be comfortable to do that. I really just encourage, and our feedback from new hostesses last year was there are 40 communities of women in 5 continents that ran high councils, and from the hostesses, the participants, it was like a meaningful feminine expression of Purim. They felt connected to the women there. They felt for me, it's the spiritual also foundation and also high of the year. It guides me throughout the year. It's so powerful. Does anyone else have any questions, comments, anything they want to add or questions?
I just think that the dancing is something that is so important and is just so, we don't dance enough in our lives. And, we're especially as women, we need to be tsnu'ah, and, we just can't give expression to this amazing body that we have. And to be able to have this very cerebral experience of the light and bringing it in, like just a meditative process, and then to like fill our bodies with it, and then use that light to dance with in meaningful ways, like to really be able to focus on that concept of embodying the light. I think is so special, and there's not enough. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to you all that you're really taking this and running with it. Many, many, many years ago, I lived in the old city, and I would come to Sarah Yehudit's when it was in her apartment, and it was just amazing. And so it's just so wonderful that y'all are doing this. So thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you, Chava. So such a beautiful way of describing and explaining. And it's so, I teach, please God, soon I'll be offering online what's Shake Your Soul dance. And it's about this embodying our souls, expressing our soul's light. And I've had so much healing. I have Crohn's disease and a liver disease. And it started with the dance, and then I started with the somatic therapy, and it's really been my healing. And the dance, I remember one time, like, oh, there's anger. It just moved through me. I was aware of it as an energy that moved through me, that could be expressed in a way where our heads kind of know how to shut it down, or so it's such a Chava, how important it is in that expression, and the joy of connecting. And when I dance, I remember, oh, right, I have a body and it feels good to be in it. It actually feels pretty good and fun and pleasurable.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Anyone else? You can also, if you have anything else you'd like to hear more about, I will be teaching on Chashmal next week. If you want to ask questions, anything you're curious about, I welcome.
Sarah asked I can show you what I did here. Want to see? Can you see that?
Yep.
So like that's the, it's on a big piece of cardboard. that
Yeah.
way. And then I did also just, this is just like, this is a Jerry Rosenfeld quote. And then this, I think, is you, Malka Sima. I think you said this. Let your life illuminate my life. Let my life illuminate your presence.
Oh, it's beautiful. I'm not sure if I did, but it's gorgeous. Wow, beautiful, beautiful.
What's the other quote?
Which one? For Joey?
Yeah.
The Joey is, we are not whole beings that have been broken apart. We are broken beings that are becoming whole.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Chaya is asking now, Queen Esther, if you could write in the chat, those quotes. So I'm going to take a moment and see if there's anything I feel moved to else to speak, and so just a moment.
I guess it inspired me from the quotes that you were sharing, that if there's anyone else who's done the Purim High Councils and has quotes that they feel like connected to it, it would be helpful to, I guess, kind of compile them so that we could be able to share this year with more women I don't know if like you could, we did our first Purim High Council last year, but I watched it on Zoom the year before. And just the aspect of getting women to come to something that they don't know what it is was very complicated. So thank God now, if you do it 1 year, then I asked some of the women, they're like, yeah, I'm ready next year. Whereas some of them the first time were like, they were hesitant to even come, but once they experience it, they're like, they want another one. So it's kind of like this process. So if you have any like quotes or any either written or language, I think that would be really helpful for us. You could send it to the Purim High Council at gmail.com. And then we could like use that in, sharing on social media, or if any of you would like to help that, like, I think that's kind of, it feels like that's where we're at this year of just spreading the light.
Yeah. Thank you, Chaya Sara. Yeah, and it's a good point that it is kind of, what is this? And thank God the website's going to help this year. But it really is, once you're in, it's such a, I've gone for over 20 years to Sarudits. I have a daughter, she was born Erev Rosh Chodesh Adar, and I was at Sarudits with my mom. It's such a, yeah, and I pray every year from Purim to Purim that I should make it, that year. And thank God we do one in the Golan now, as on Purim night, and then Shushan Purim, and go to Yerushalayim. Someone asked a question. On the website, there'll be a place to sign up to join an event. And when you sign up there, you'll get a list of all the hostesses. There's a place to host an event and a place to join an event. And participants will get a list of the hostesses. Also on the website, it will show that the idea is, please God, it should come into fruition. It should be birthed, this website. That there'll be a map so you can see, oh, there is one in my area. But I encourage you to join an event, even if you don't see one, and then we'll have a sheet that will get updated, and you can check it. And if you don't find one, again, even if it's you with 2 friends, and you never know. We had a call recently, and one of the women said, oh, in my community, nobody would want to come out. And so someone asked, where are you? And they said, oh, well, there's this person there. She would love something like this. And this person. So kind of plant the seed of your ratzon, of your desire to participate in something like this, to be a part of this awesome gathering of women, and be a part of, like, the more women that join, the bigger the container, the bigger the kli for the light to come into. So plant your seed, start your prayer that you should be able to participate live. We're, please God, Sarah Udits will be on Zoom, but I encourage you, do both if you feel drawn to also do Zoom. Please God, if that happens. So yeah, and it's really, as far as hosting again, it's really, it's laid out for you. You get to, it's such a feminine circle consciousness, and Purim, we just show up as us, and we show up kind of beyond, with our costumes and our silliness. And so I just encouraging you to even push past the comfort zone a little bit, jump in.
Be the Queen Esther. we all have this like piece inside of us, that is the Malchus and the feminine, and like we're like creating this sisterhood that is like each of us are needed within that. Every person has their own window of color, of light, of expression of Hashem to shine in the world, and even just joining or creating it, that's what this is about. It's raising the frequency in the world to Geula, and women are the ones that have the most capability to do that in a certain sense, or they've done it before, and we're being called on to do it now.
Okay. So I think if there's no more, somebody asked about the song, Sarah Travis, Traves, I believe. That kind of feminine song. You can also email me at Purim High Council and ask again if that's not the song. And I'll be teaching again next week. Like I said, on Chash and Mal, we'll be using an art exploration. So have some colors ready, paper and colors. It's a beautiful, kind of a right brain way to get in touch, really to support that place of Chash, to support places of pain, and places of brokenness. There's kind of two ways to come into Mal, to come into prayer. One is, what do I want? What do I really, really want? And trusting that Hashem gives us the Ratzon and the desire for these things, because that's what He wants that for us. He's giving us that yearning as a message that this is what He wants. Go for it. He's saying, go for it. And the Chash, and the other place of coming into Mal is that place of brokenness. There's certain things where someone is very concerned about the environment or animal wildlife, and it's just breaks their heart, and someone else, they could feel that's important to do something about it, but it's not they don't feel it in their gut. So Hashem also, through the place of nefesh, well, I'll next week I'll keep you in suspense. There's so much, it's connected to our life force, really, our needs, our the places of brokenness are right there with our Ruach HaKodesh, with our soul's light. So, and then the Hash, this war and the hostages, it's too much. And so, people speak about not being able to cry or crying all the time. And so how do I really bring comfort there? How do I listen in to what's needed? Not kind of a padding and it's all for the good, but really coming inside and getting to know, what do I need around this piece? What's my prayer here? What's my or what's my action here? Or is this a place for action? And so we're going to do it through an art exploration. And I hope to see you there, and spread the word, and look out, please God, by Thursday for the PurimHighCouncil.com website, and you can sign up there. And thank you for this really just wonderful connection of prayer and meditation and movement. It's really a pleasure to be together. Okay.
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
This was wonderful, and thank you to Chaya Sara And yeah.
Meira, yeah,
Malka Sima,
yeah.
thank you again. I can never do enough of these. So I was just wondering, I have this feeling like that I would like to integrate it as a mini thing, on a daily, just like we have daily tefillah. And, I do feel very connected to tefillah, to try to do like a mini Ratzo, Shov and Chash and Mal on every given day, in a mini form. I'm just wondering if you have any tips on that or have put it into practice for any, practical application.
So Sarudit's very clear that the Purim High Council itself is meant for Purim, kind of to use, not to use it during the year or that the specific script, but the polls, the meditation and the chashmal is an every moment practice. And the more that you kind of deep know it, also kind of the left brain intellectually know it, and the right brain an experience of feeling Hashem's support in the brokenness. The more that we can start to recognize what moment, as I'm efforting and I'm feeling burnt out or I'm exhausted, oh, this is a sign, and I just want to rest. Oh, right, I can rest. I can put down what I'm carrying, and I can. This is a chash moment. We use I'm chashmaling. It becomes a verb. I'm chashing it. So yes, as a daily practice, not as kind of the script. Even the it's like we said, only on Purim is that treasure house really open in that way. But the Shulchan Aruch, the first mitzvah in the code of Jewish law is about meditation. Shiviti Hashem lenegdi tamid. So yes, starting the chachamim, the mekubalim, they would meditate for hours before they would come to be in Hashem's presence with prayer. So yes, bringing in meditation and their practices. Yes, and please God, that's why the classes and workshops throughout the year to deepen into how, what does Jewish meditation look like? And Meira leads groups and the Chash and the Mal and Shov, all these practices of dance. That's kind of a simple, and dance with a kavanah of feeling my body, of being aware of letting the music move me. Please God, I'll also be teaching, kind of facilitating dance classes. So yeah, it's definitely Baruch Hashem practices that just keep growing, and it's wonderful to tap into on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about the, just, like you say, chashmaling, and that's so being,
Right.
Coin that. Yeah, not the specific, or, not, we say Ar Chadash Al Tziontar every day in Tefillah, but I'm saying not that once a year opportunity that, like you're saying, but just practicing this like paradoxical back and forth, and sometimes we're stronger in one and we really need to just practice the other to balance ourselves out. You might be very strong at Mal and words, but not, like you're saying, be able to put it down and be able to relax into the trust of Hashem's holding this, and like He's got my best interest in mind. So that's what I was talking about like even in a daily practice, I think it would deepen it for Purim in general, like you were saying. I was just wondering how you apply it, meaning like, do you try to dance every day? Do you try to do in the morning meditation before you start your day? In that kind of way of just like a little practical application.
Yeah. On a dime, on one foot, in the afternoons, I rest after lunch. I get very tired, and I found that sleeping, I feel worse if I actually sleep even for 20 minutes. So it's become my meditation time. And it's such a, I get so recharged. I feel exhausted. I have my morning energy, and I kind of drop after lunch, and I lay down even 10 minutes. I try to do 26. Sometimes it's less. And I meditate on Hashem's name. I read it's a wonderful, and I mean I have so much more to say of how that then kind of reverberates out in my life in other ways. And chashmal, I mean, partly with my somatic therapy practice, it's kind of the work of the course I'm gonna, please God, offer after Pesach. It's gonna kind of getting to know how the nervous system, how we get into the mal, it can be like on overdrive. And how do we recognize what's needed when kind of that can be good, we're productive and active. And when is it actually like, all right, Hashem is here. How do I notice, a need to slow down, and we can have a very hard time slowing down. So how to invite Chash in. Chash is often, because it's being with what feels broken and dark, and Hashem is also there. It's coming into this consciousness, unity consciousness of oneness. We're coming from, I'm not remember exactly the quote that Nell said, but about this integrating the parts of ourselves. That's that we make space for these different parts of ourselves. And dance, there's times that I dance every day. I have a regular dance practice. The Shake Your Soul dance that I do, it's a wonderful, just meets so many different kinds of movement and music. And so I find that a wonderful, it kind of taps me right in. Yeah.
I think it's interesting, this question. I don't know who, is it Chaya asked?
Okay.
Okay. I'm happy that you asked that, because I was just thinking for my own day, and I realized that for me, I need, like, my mornings need to be like Ratzo. Like, I need to have that meditation in the morning, whether it be just me sitting down by myself, I do energy work or whatever, like just tuning in to what's there, like to the point where I'll even like I won't go through even any of my to-do list, but I'll be like, okay, I'm going to make it and just allow what I need to do today to come to me. And it's sometimes I'm so much more productive that way. And so it's such a unique, like, I guess, like feminine way of like kind of going towards it. Instead of like this linear like list, it's kind of like more of like this circle consciousness of like, okay, God, what's there today? And I mean, it doesn't happen all the time. It's like, it's nice when it happens. But as I guess Malka Sima, you were speaking this out, I was also thinking that I think every person has their own periods in the day when their like body cycle is attuned to these different aspects. So like almost like I did this for a while, like making like a chart of like, when I felt tired, when I had energy, like you tracked yourself for like 3 days or something. And then you're like, oh my gosh, this is my dance time. This is my, rest time. This is my like prayer time, so like, I guess just thinking about it, like for me, I have, I say my morning brachas, I do my energy work, I do my meditation, and I have to do a little bit of body work. And then, but I could also do body work in the afternoon. So like, I guess I'm just, if it's helpful, whatever, I'm kind of sharing it. And it was really helpful, your question, because I really think these 4 poles are like a grounding of life for your internal self. And to find 5 minutes for each of them, or to know where you're off center, I think is like an amazing skill to develop. So thank you.
Okay, so thanks everyone for joining, and please God, we'll see you next week. Please God, we'll be in touch about the Purim High Council. Thank you, Chaya Sara, for all your wisdom and help in bringing this out. Thanks to Meira, who's not here, and thanks to all of you. It's really it is it's a circle. It's a circle.
Thank you.
Okay. Take care, everyone. Blessings.
Lots of love. Thank you, Malka Sima. That was so
You're
helpful.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Hi, Udit. Yeah, good to see you.
Thank you. I think I have a different schedule in my head. I'm so sorry. You
Oh,
did
it's
record
recorded.
it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good to see
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I'm sorry you missed the beginning.
I know. It's okay. I will catch up. Thank you.
Okay, good, good. Take care.
Bye.